Hey guys, this is Gankmeister, and I'm bringing you a full block draft. New Phyrexia, Mirrodin Besiege, Scars of Mirrodin, and out of this pack, I'm going to take Volt Charge. I know that Chancellor is a large body, and Vigilance Reach is actually quite relevant. It means your opponent really can't profitably race against you unless they have a substantially larger board, but it is vulnerable to bouncing and tapping. And also, I don't really want to start off green. The thing about New Phyrexia is that there are often quite a lot of cards that you could take and of comparable power level. I don't really know how well Glistening Oil just works in a deck. I don't know if you take that here, but I am willing to find out. It seems powerful, and I have Volt Charge. I can proliferate counters. It seems like it could be abusable. Alloy Mirror was a good safe pick, and there's Gliss's Scorn, which is a legitimate artifact destruction spell, and then there's some solid creatures that anyone could play. Normally, I would just take Remember the Fallen over basically anything. I absolutely love this card, but I kind of want to see how Glistening Oil turns out. So it basically becomes one of these Phyrexian creatures. I'm going to take the Legionnaire. And probably follow that. Man, second Remember the Fallen. I'll go ahead and take another Legionnaire. Well, since I've taken those Legionnaires, I'm probably going to try to kill my opponent with damage. In that case, I will take Mycosynth Wellspring. Apostle's Blessing was another idea. Reaper of Sheoldred is really good, but I don't want to play it in a deck where I'm trying to win with damage. I'm just going to take Remember the Fallen. It's possible I should have just taken the second one, but I'm not going to pass 3 of those. I'd rather just ditch Glistening Oil. Here it's either Mutagenic Growth or Phyrexia's Core, and then to a lesser degree Victorious Destruction or Phyrexian Hulk. I'm going to take the Growth because it goes well with my fairly aggressive Porcelain Legionnaires. Okay, this is really strange. Blinding Soul Eater should be gone unless this pack was really good. It's actually fine if you're not playing white. But since I am probably going to play white, I'll take this as a signal that people are passing white this direction. Nothing in here is good, with the exception of Shriek Raptor. I don't want to play against it, so I will just take it. And the only thing remotely playable in here is Loxodon Convert, so I'll take that. I don't have a desire to play a 5/1 for 4. That's extremely fragile. And I don't want to play against Shrine of Limitless Power, so I will take that. I can possibly play this if I need to. This card is fine. This card is not fine. That's Plains. There are 3 picks here: Divine Offering, Spread the Sickness, and Anatomist. I haven't taken any blue cards whatsoever, but I think Anatomist is good enough that I'm willing to take a lot of blue in this pack and then get shafted in the last pack. Divine Offering is replaceable, and Spreading the Sickness is expensive. Vidalcan Anatomist, especially with Remember the Fallen to get it back, can dominate a board, so I will take it out. Both Pierce Strider and Mortar Pod are very good and can be played in any deck, but Mortar Pod is the card that I would take here because it's flexible and good for removal. Also, it's a way of getting artifacts into the graveyard if I want to abuse Remember the Fallen. I like Pierce Strider, but I can find 4 drops. I've not ever been a fan of Relic Warder. I know it's fine, but Viridian Claw is one of the most powerful equipments for its cost. It's easy to equip for offense and defense, and I've lost and won games strictly on the back of this card, so I'll take that. At the moment, this deck doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Obviously, blue is not panning out, so I could take War Driver and try to make a white-red aggressive deck, or I could take Morbid Plunder, switch back into black, or Rusted Slasher to stay open. I'm just going to take the War Driver. And here, I'm going to take Skinwing. Here, I will take Strandwalker, which is a bit of a godsend. Even if my colored cards are not very powerful, I will have Skinwing, and Strandwalker is pretty solid artifact equipments. Here, I'll just take an equipment or creature artifact. Don't really want to play any of this. Mirror is good. It's a good card. Should not be here this late. I'll take Ardent Recruit. So we clear out some of this chaff. This is not very good. I'll take Ringleader though. Cost account is mildly playable. Fortunately, we get an easy pick. Scrap Melter is obviously what I want. Arrest is going to be what I take out of here. I'm going to continue to cut down on the higher end of my curve. Probably won't play Ardent Recruit, but if I got something like, no, nothing in here. In this situation, I think I want Life Staff. Let's go to my Legionnaires and early drops. Good with Mortar Pod. Palladium Mirror is just going to be a 3-drop, so not very good for me. This is actually a bit difficult. I could play all 4 of these. Bloodshot Training would be better if I was trying to go sort of more mid-range. But I think I'm going to take Skyguard. Berserkers is likely to be able to have haste and 3/3, but the Skyguard is a good follow-up after Porcelain Legionnaire, and I don't really have many evasive creatures. I don't think I have enough creatures to play Rusted Relic or artifacts. Snapsail Glider is okay as a 3-drop though. I might see another Flameborn Hellion, so I am going to go ahead and not take that. I could take an off-color mirror, but there's not much for me to do with it. I will play the Blade Tribe Berserkers though. Here, I can try and make Chrome Steed work. I might cut that. Interesting. Black cards in here are good, and there's this Lonely Cyst Bearer. Flameborn Hellion is probably more of what I want, as opposed to Darksteel Sentinel. Darksteel Sentinel is more of a reactive card. It's good for a control deck, but I think I want haste and more power. I'll take Seize the Initiative. It's playable, sadly, and nothing in here is playable for me. I do get this other Chrome Steed, so, and Bloodshot Trainee came back, so that's good. So I would like this deck with maybe more good cards in it. But if I hadn't taken those Porcelain Legionnaires over Remember the Fallen, then I wouldn't have Porcelain Legionnaires. So, although my style of deck is most often a more controlling kind, I think I can try to make this sort of aggressive deck work. I